Hello and welcome to the channel. This is CBSE Class 10 English Language and Literature, Lesson 4, Amanda. The poem Amanda by Robin Klein describes a young girl named Amanda who feels restricted and controlled by her parents or elders. They constantly instruct her on what to do and what not to do, like not biting her nails, sitting straight, doing her homework, tidying her room, and avoiding chocolate to prevent acne. Amanda feels frustrated by these commands and escapes into her imagination. In her daydreams, she imagines herself as a mermaid in a peaceful sea, an orphan roaming freely, or Rapunzel living a carefree life in a tower. These fantasies show her desire for freedom and a life without restrictions. The poem highlights the contrast between Amanda's reality, filled with instructions, and her dreams of independence. The poem Amanda by Robin Klein is a fun and thoughtful piece that explores the life of a young girl named Amanda who feels constantly controlled and bossed around by her parents or elders. It shows how children often feel their freedom is limited by endless instructions and rules. The poem is structured in a unique way. It alternates between the nagging voice of the adult, probably the mother, giving commands, and Amanda's silent, imaginative daydreams where she escapes into a world of freedom and peace. This contrast highlights the theme of childhood rebellion, the desire for independence, and how imagination helps kids cope with restrictions. The poem begins with an introduction that invites readers to think about their own experiences of being told what to do or not do, like not playing outside late or not eating junk food. It suggests forming pairs to read the poem aloud, alternating stanzas for a surprising effect. Perhaps to feel the rhythm of nagging versus dreaming. In the first stanza, the adult scolds Amanda. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. These are common habits kids have, but the adult sees them as bad manners. Amanda doesn't reply out loud. Instead, she drifts into her first fantasy. There is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully. Here she imagines herself as a mermaid in a calm green sea, all alone and free, floating without any worries. This shows her longing for solitude and relaxation away from rules. The second stanza continues the nagging. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. The adult reminds her of chores and responsibilities like schoolwork and keeping things neat. Again, Amanda escapes mentally. I am an orphan roaming the street. I fatten soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. So, in this dream, she is an orphan without parents, wandering freely on the streets, playing with dust quietly. The words silence is golden and freedom is sweet emphasize how she values quiet and independence over the constant commands. In the third stanza, the instructions get more personal. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you, Amanda? The adult worries about her health and manners. Amanda's fantasy this time is I am Rapunzel, I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. So she pictures herself as Rapunzel from the fairy tale, living peacefully in a high tower without any troubles. Unlike the real Rapunzel, who lets down her hair to escape, Amanda says she won't, meaning she prefers her isolated, calm life over interacting with the outside world, symbolizing her rejection of the adult's interference. The third stanza has the adult complaining. Here, the adult notices Amanda's moodiness but ironically denies nagging, even though the whole poem is full of it. There is no fantasy after this, and perhaps showing that the nagging has become overwhelming. Overall, the poem uses a simple, repetitive language to mimic real life scolding, making it relatable. The fantasies are poetic and dreamy, contrasting sharply with the sharp commands. Themes include the generation gap between adults and children, the importance of imagination as an escape, and how too many rules can make kids feel trapped. It ends on a humorous note, suggesting that adults might not realize how their instructions sound like nagging. The surprise in reading aloud could be hearing how the adult's voice dominates while Amanda's dreams are silent but powerful. This poem encourages kids to think about their own restricted freedoms and perhaps discuss them. Thank you very much.